Hi and welcome. I'm Sim, and in this video we'll explore how accessibility impacts different domains we interact with daily. We'll dive into what disability and accessibility mean, why accessibility is essential, and how to create designs that work for everyone. Did you all know that the third Thursday of May every year is Global Accessibility Awareness Day? No? Well, me neither until I sat down to create this video. It's almost 2025, and this coming year, Global Accessibility Awareness Day falls on May 15th. There are accessibility workshops and events that raise awareness about accessibility and teach aspects of creating accessible websites, mobile apps, and physical products. So if you're a designer who falls into any of these categories, I encourage you to explore these educational mediums. The International Association of Accessibility Professionals, I believe, offers live webinars on accessibility. I'll drop a link to their website in the description of this video so you can keep an eye out for them. Before we dive into accessibility, let's take a moment to review disabilities, because understanding accessibility starts with understanding who benefits from it. The World Health Organization estimates that 10 to 15% of all people in the world experience some form of disability. Disabilities come in many forms and can affect people in different ways. Physical disabilities are conditions that affect mobility, such as paralysis and arthritis. Sensory disabilities impact sight, hearing, or touch, like blindness or deafness. Cognitive disabilities are challenges with memory, problem solving, or learning, such as those experienced with autism or dyslexia. And then there are temporary disabilities, which are short-term limitations like a broken arm or a sprained ankle. People with all types of disabilities can benefit from accessible design. Recognizing these categories helps us design for the diverse needs accessibility aims to address. Now that we've explored the diversity of disabilities, let's define accessibility and its role in creating inclusive designs. Accessibility ensures that everyone, including individuals with disabilities, can fully engage in products, websites, or apps. It's part of inclusive design, which focuses on creating solutions that work for the widest audience possible. Accessibility also intersects with universal design, which is a broader practice of creating experiences usable by all people. So why does accessibility matter? Here are the ethical, practical, and legal reasons behind its importance. Accessibility is fundamentally about inclusion. Everyone, regardless of their abilities, deserves equal access to information, services, and opportunities. Accessible design also often improves usability for everybody. For example, closed captions benefit not just people with hearing impairments, but also those watching videos in noisy environments, or like myself, who can't fully comprehend without subtitles. There are also laws in many countries that require accessibility. In the US, laws like the Americans with Disabilities Act, Telecommunications Act, Voting Accessibility for the Elderly and Handicapped Act, and things like that mandate websites and apps and physical spaces be accessible. Non-compliance can lead to lawsuits, fines, and reputational damage. By prioritizing accessibility, we demonstrate respect for the rights of all individuals and at the same time broaden our audience, ensuring that products can reach people globally. With this foundation, we're ready to explore how accessibility applies to three key domains: web design, mobile app development, and physical product design. Let's start with web design, a critical area where accessibility can make a huge difference. In web design, accessibility begins with following standards like the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. Here are some key features from these guidelines. Alt text provides a textual description of images, enabling screen readers to convey visual content to users with visual impairments. So basically, it makes images accessible. Accessible websites also allow users to navigate using only a keyboard, ensuring those who cannot use a mouse due to a disability like a motor impairment can still fully interact with the site. Focus indicators like visible outlines on active elements are integral for this. Sufficient color contrast between text and background is critical for users with low vision or color blindness. And there are tools that check contrast between the text and the background that can help designers ensure readability. Another key component to web accessibility is responsive design, and this is just saying that websites should adapt seamlessly to different screen sizes and orientations. Now we shift to mobile app development. Accessibility in this domain plays a vital role in our increasingly mobile-first world. Mobile accessibility ensures websites and applications are accessible to people with disabilities across a wide range of devices, including smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and even household appliances. W3C of the Web Accessibility Initiative provides comprehensive guidelines for mobile accessibility. The WGAC we talked about ensures web content and apps are accessible on mobile devices. The User Agent Accessibility Guidelines address accessibility in mobile browsers and user agents. The Authoring Tool Accessibility Guidelines address accessibility in tools used to create mobile apps and web pages. And the WAI Accessible Rich Internet Applications Guidelines enhance accessibility for dynamic content and complex user interfaces in mobile apps. Finally, let's look at physical product design with a special focus on assistive technologies that empower individuals with disabilities. Accessible technologies are devices or systems that enhance or restore functional capabilities for individuals with disabilities. Examples of ATs include cochlear implants, walking sticks, screen readers, wheelchairs, and prosthetics. So, the design of all products must address diverse user needs, preferences, and capabilities. Intuitive interfaces and clear instructions are essential for ease of use and minimizing learning curves. Devices should also integrate with other technologies that already exist seamlessly. Products must be robust and easy to maintain or repair. Accessibility is also tied to economics, so designs should effectively balance innovation and cost. And last but not least, designers must engage users in the design and testing process to ensure inclusivity and real-world functionality. So as we wrap up our discussion on domains, let's take inspiration from a quote by Don Norman, who is often referred to as the father of user experience design. In his book, The Design of Everyday Things, Don Norman says, "Design is really an act of communication, which means having a deep understanding of the person with whom the designer is communicating." This quote is powerful because it tells us the main principle behind good design. It's understanding the user we are designing for. In the design process, interviews help uncover the challenges and goals of users with diverse abilities. User testing validates whether designs work as intended, identifying barriers that designers may not necessarily anticipate. Feedback from real users guides refinements, making products more accessible and intuitive. And most importantly, engaging directly with users fosters empathy, which enables designers to create solutions that truly empower all users. To bring everything together, let's summarize the key points we've discussed about accessibility across domains. In this video, we've explored how accessibility fosters inclusion by designing for diverse abilities. Disabilities can range from physical to cognitive, and accessible design ensures that everyone can fully engage with products, services, and spaces. We highlighted why accessibility matters, not just ethically, but also practically and legally, benefiting users and expanding reach for creators. In web design, accessibility features like alt text, keyboard navigation, and responsive layouts make content usable for all. Mobile apps follow W3C guidelines to ensure inclusivity across devices and dynamic interfaces. For physical products, we looked at the importance of assistive technologies and user-centered designs that balance innovation and affordability. And finally, we emphasize the value of user research and testing to refine designs and create empathetic solutions. Thanks for watching, and please reach out if you have any questions. This presentation template was created by SlidesGo, and I've listed my resources in the last slide.